This next one I don't think is going to pose too much of a problem for me. Let's take on Sleep Sprout. In order for Sleep Sprout to show up, you need to capture 5 of every kind of fungus. The ones that look like 3 mushrooms, those are the ones they're talking about. For this, you will get 99 healing springs. This can be a difficult fight, but if you're properly leveled, it's really easy, and a lot of people recommend this one for farming dark matter. So let's head in and see why they recommend it. I got a preemptive strike, are you kidding me? This thing has been known to ambush things. Oh, there's 5 mushrooms. Sorry, I said 3. There's 5. I forget the 2 in the back. Basically, this guy has auto regen. He loves to use a move called Good Night, which will inflict magic damage and sleep for 99 turns. Basically, if you let everybody get hit by that, that's the end of your battle. But it also inflicts poison, berserk, power break, and armor break. He also uses this as a counter to all physical attacks. So maybe you want to think about magic, but his magic defense is higher than his physical defense. I should point out that the common steel is Poison Fang, the rare steel is Far Plane Wind. Let's just hit him with a physical attack. Hey, look, I won! He's only got 98,000 HP. So he's relatively easy to kill. One hit. He does ambush a lot, and he does like to use Good Night, but yeah, one hit and you win. So there's that. The common drop are teleport spheres. I would much rather try to get the dark matter from him. The armor, very nice. The weapons, also quite nice. Let's try to go over these. There's a lot of proofs here. So for the armor, guaranteed to have sleep proof, it can have dark, silence, poison, stone, zombie, and slow proof, all on those. Notice that I didn't say death, therefore it's not my favorite, but useful, definitely useful in a lot of fights. For the weapons, it's guaranteed to have sleep strike, and it can have dark, silence, poison, stone, zombie, and slow strike. So there's that, but once again, no death, so I don't care all that much compared to other things. I'm also pretty confident about this next one. Let's head in and take on the Bomb King. This is a giant bomb, as I'm sure you might imagine. In order to unlock this one, you have to capture 5 of every kind of bomb. For doing so, you get 60 turbo ethers. This one does grow, I will say, but it will not self-destruct. I should point that out right now. So you don't have to be too worried about that, but as it grows, it gets stronger. So still want to kill it kind of quickly. Let's head in. There's the Bomb King. He looks kind of like every other bomb that we have seen. Let's just go ahead and start by hitting it. There's really no point in not doing that. That's going to be the strategy. Hit it. Notice that it didn't grow. It grows after every 3rd attack. The thing is, though, once you're maxed out, it doesn't take too many hits. So let me talk about what happens when he does his growth. He doesn't self-destruct ever, but at the start he uses Bash, which is a moderate physical damage attack. After the first growth, which is where he is now, he will use Fyra. After the second growth, he will use Fyraga. And then when he's at the max, he'll use Ultima. So you probably want to get rid of him before he uses Ultima. It's not that difficult to do that, though. Down he goes. He doesn't have too much HP, so it's not a big concern for me once I'm at this level. If it is a concern for you, there is a really easy way of dealing with him, and that's to have Fire Eater on your armor and Magic Counter on your weapons. Once you get up to the second phase, where he starts using Fyra, the first growth, after the first growth, basically he'll hit you with Fyra, it'll heal you, and then you hit him, and the counters don't count towards his growth rate, so you can just finish him off that way. You can even use haste on him to make that go faster. So there's lots of strategies to getting this done. Did I go over steals? I don't think I did. Fire gems, commonly, rares are Shining Gem. A Shining Gem. And I got 2 Doors to Tomorrow, which is what he commonly drops. Of course, the rares are Dark Matters. I got a Night Sword that has strength on it. The armor has defense. Nothing particularly special about this guy. He's actually kind of easy considering he's a big bomb. This next one is, well, imposing at least. Let's take on Juggernaut. Juggernaut is what's known as a ruminant type fiend. I always picture them as the horned beasts. That's at least how I think about it. You have to capture 5 of each of the ruminants in order to unlock Juggernaut. Once again, we will see what that looks like shortly. For that, you get 99 light curtains, which is always nice. 99 of anything always makes me feel like I'm missing out and wasting some. But let's take on Juggernaut. So like I said, a horned beast. That's the way that I look at it. I think they've been called dual horn or grand horn or stuff like that in the past, but I always think of it as a horned beast. This guy is not necessarily immune to armor break, but there's a good chance that it's not going to land. But I'm going to try it nonetheless. He does have a high defense rating, and he's immune to every kind of normal magic, so fire, ice, lightning, water, and holy. He's immune to holy, too. I think you can use Ultima on him, but I don't like how long Ultima takes compared to a physical attack, so I'm going to go for armor break instead. You can steal lunar curtains from him, as well as a shining gem. But I'm going to go for an armor break. Not sure that landed. Doesn't look good. We'll keep trying. Like I said, there's a 5% chance. You know what? Let's start with a Hastega again. Hastega seems like a better way for me to go. I went right by it, didn't I? I was looking on the right side because that's where haste is. All right, now we'll go for armor break again. Just not looking like it works. All right, physical attacks then. It's not like it's super important that I have to get that. He actually has a relatively low overkill. And yes, you do want to overkill this guy. Definitely. He is vital for stat maxing. Alright, looks like he's going to get a turn, though. He does have a lot of HP, after all. Oh, he's charging! Hey, look, I fixed it. Yeah, when he charges, he uses a fireball. No blaze is the way to go. You can put on, like, Fire Eater if you really want, but it's going to be a fireball. You can see the fire coming out of his mouth, so no real surprises there. Plus, everybody else has done that. That looks like him, so typecasting. Normally, he just does a physical attack. It is hard, right? The physical attacks from these guys have always been difficult, but there you go. Down he goes. It only requires 15,000 damage to get an overkill on him, so for these kinds of monsters, that's really low. Not difficult whatsoever. And this is the reason why a lot of people recommend farming him. He drops strength spheres, which are really good. I like strength spheres. We can actually max out our strength by farming this guy a little bit. The weapons are strength plus. The armor is defense plus. I don't necessarily care, especially strength plus. If you don't give me enough room for break damage limit, the strength plus is not helping all that much. And you can see me doing max damage a lot. Strength plus, not that big of a deal. I'd rather get strength spheres. That's the way to go. So that's a ruminant, apparently. That works. I should say that frag grenades and Orin's banishing blade, they always work for armor break. So you can try that if you're really having trouble, but ultimately not that difficult. He does hit hard, but Phoenix Downs are cheap. So there you go. It's time to take on the final one from the Species Conquest. It's time to take on Ironclad. Ironclad is an iron giant, so you have to capture 10 of every kind of iron giant. Iron giants have been a staple of Final Fantasy, so if you've been following along, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about when I say Iron Giant. For doing this, you get 60 mana tablets. This does require both Geminis, which I've always thought was weird, but let's head in. Let's take on the Ironclad. This guy's probably going to take me a while. I do get a preemptive strike, though, so there we go. Another Iron Giant. This guy has a good immunity to the armor break, which is obviously something that I would like to do. Hastega is definitely going to help. Oh, I didn't heal after that last fight. I used some of my MP. Oh well, I'll be fine. Let's use armor break. Let's try to do an armor break here. I could use it. Do I have frag grenades on me? I have to think if those are actually an item or if they're something that I create. Yeah, I have a frag grenade. I only have 2 though. I won't use it. I'll try it the old-fashioned way. Where is it? Armor break. There it is. Go for it. I'm already doing max damage, though. All right, he counters every time with Repageki. Let's go with that. What is something that you can do is a lot of reflexes. So we're going to do that. After all, Lulu has been using this a lot. Reflex will definitely help. I'm told that if you have an evasion around 200, it'll start missing like every time. But I don't have that. I haven't been stat maxing in order to get that done, so reflex is the way to go for me. One more and we can call that a day. He counters all damage with this, by the way, so that's something that you'll have to take into account. What is his over? Yeah, his overkill is max damage. So I still want to try to get the armor break on him. Oh, that looked so silly. That looked so silly. Yeah, I don't think we've landed it yet. You'll know when it does max damage. I thought I had done that with Tease, but it looks like I just got a critical. Maybe that was it. No, it's not looking good. But he's missing with all the Repagekis, so we'll just keep on hitting him. Yeah, they make that seem like it's so powerful, but it's not really. Yeah, even his main attack sometimes is the Repageki. He does have another move called Bushinzan, which hits all characters for both HP and MP damage. And then he has a powerful one called Shinru-dan, like Divine Dragon Slice. I have translations here. It's a jump attack that'll hit the character with the highest current HP. But we've seen all of these kinds of attacks before from him, so it's not a big surprise. Repageki, by the way, Unyielding Blade. That's what I'm told it says. And then Bushinzan is Martial God Slash. But Repageki, sorry, is Buster Attack. Unyielding Blade technique is something that they put into the Japanese version of this name that they didn't put in this version. Apparently it's Gukenpo. Translations. They can be fun. If I, spoke that language, it'd probably be better. But yeah, Repageki means Buster Attack. But he's not busting must if he keeps on missing. Yeah, we'll just keep on doing this. I don't mind not getting the overkill on him. He does have a ton of HP, by the way. One of the highest that we've seen to this point. Not the highest, but up there. And now he goes for his main attack. There we go. That is pretty damaging, actually. That was worse than I thought. He took all my MP. Do I have a Mega Elixir? I have 36. Yeah, fine. I think there's a way I can farm them later anyway. But really, am I really going to be using 35 more Mega Elixirs? Probably not. Maybe there are a lot of the original creations. I've been avoiding them like the plague. But ultimately, I think we will be fine. 35 should be enough. If I need more, I'll go get more. Oh, just raising your evasion is the way to go here. And down he goes. Of course it was Yuta that did it. Of course it was. You're good for that kind of stuff. But that was the last of him. And you do get HP spheres. Did I go over steals? Probably not. light curtains, and a stamina tablet. Come and drop HP sphere. So if you're looking for, you know, ultimate max stabbing, this is what you're gonna have to do a lot of. But really, at some point, getting more and more HP is not helping you all that much. In terms of his armor, it's HP plus. In terms of his weapons, it's strength plus with the 20s fixed in. But that is all of them. That is the last of the species conquests that we wanted to tackle. The area conquests are done as well. All that's left are the original creations. These guys are going to be tough. I might go back and take on the Dark Aeons instead of these guys. That's how tough they are. And I showed them I showed you guys a taste of the Dark Aeons, and you saw they're difficult. I might go take them on instead. I have to think about this one, but I will think about that sometime between this and the next video, because that's going to do it for these parts of Let's Play Final Fantasy X. I've been ballerscuba. I've been joined, as always, by our species exterminating squad of Yuna, Lulu, and Tidus. Orin, Waka, Riku, and Kamari were with us again today. Riku and Kamari will show up for the next set of videos. I feel bad that I've left them out for so long. Hope you guys have enjoyed these parts. Hope you laughed. Hope you learned. Hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.